Is this thing on electric start? Yeah. Stay there.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
A heavy weight in our true size. You either move out my way and get moved aside. Ain't no choice in this matter. I decide if it's do or die. I'm too strong to take a life. Like a veteran, I've been down the war path. I'll take what's mine. You gotta give me that. No excuses, day in and day out. No fear, I believe and I'll never die.
Whoa! Will, goes for the ghost ride to the top. Wow.
It's gonna be rocky, and it's gonna be a relentless track, and it's not gonna be easy out there.
Being able to come race at Donner Ski Ranch is just awesome. I mean, couldn't ask for a better venue for a race.
There's quite a bit of granite slabs, some pretty straight vert walls going up, deep dense forest, some hill climbs,
Waterfalls, some rolly rocks, some rock slabs next to some cliffs.
decomposed granite.
Mountains, high elevation, and gnarly rock sections.
7,000 feet just at Donner Ski Ranch itself, and then climbing up to 1,000, 2,000 feet above that.
The elevation is just going to tax the bike and the body.
Endurance is going to play a key, and hopefully the cardio is good.
The rugged Sierra Nevadas, home of Donner Ski Ranch in round 5 of the AMA IRC US Hard Enduro Series presented by Inside Enduro.
Trystan's gonna be hard to beat this weekend. He's trying to gain as many points as he can before he leaves for Erzberg.
Having the pressure on Trystan is key, you know, as a competitor and as a series to try to get some different flavor.
The dry, rocky conditions Colton's good in, so I think he'll be looking for redemption after that last race.
I think the drier conditions tend to suit me because you can be more aggressive and you can kind of charge stuff harder, and everyone knows that I got speed and I like to put it out there and charge hard.
For the US Hard Enduro Series, it's cool to be traveling to all these different locations. It really shows who's strong in all suits.
In some ways, a lot of people are looking at me like, you got 2 kids, you got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I think they're thinking I'm on my way out. And I'm only thinking I'm just getting started.
I don't think he's just out having fun. I think he wants to win. Like, he wants it. He wanted it in Montana. He was fighting hard there.
Yeah, I'm here to end the Trystan streak.
With Ryder's strong performance from last race, I think Trystan's gonna have his hands full at this round.
I mean, Trystan is like super confident. He's won all the races so far. He knows what he needs to do to win.
The Trystan train is insane right now. He's just on a totally different level right now. If Ryder really has a good weekend, I think that's what it would take to bring Trystan down.
Ryder rode really good at Ohio. I mean, he rode good. Not much else to say, and I'm not worried about him or anything, so let's get tomorrow started.
We gotta watch out for more people than just Trystan out there tomorrow.
I'm gonna drop the hammer on lap 1. Wait for it. I'm dropping it. So the format here at Donner is a 3.5-hour Hare Scramble. We're gonna do as many laps as we can in 3.5 hours.
We got to conserve, use the energy wisely, and just keep hammering through it. Definitely got to dig deep and just keep it moving in the right direction.
Since there's no prologue this weekend, I think just going straight into the main is going to be pretty gnarly. None of us are going to really know what to expect.
I mean, you just got to fight the whole 4 hours to win one of these.
175 contenders line up at the start, ready for the fight to come. With a 4-win streak, who will rise to the challenge to take Trystan down? hole shot as a dust cloud engulfs the riders, pelting them with rocks and making visibility nearly impossible. Not knowing what's in front of them, riders play a dangerous game.
Our leader, Trystan Hart, coming into our first section called Bear Trap. This section goes up and over this hill and into a super techy little creek. Choreograph under in a second place position coming in to check 1, up Bear Trap. Trystan Hart's already breaking away with that early lead like nobody wanted.
God damn it.
A misjudgment of Ryder's line sends Hare back to the pits.
Right here.
Where'd the Thames go? Where'd the Thames
I
go?
don't know. I couldn't find
Drop
them.
where the Thames.
There we go. This sucks.
Trystan is already off to the early lead in lap 1 as predicted. His gap widened with Colton and Ryder's setback. Meanwhile, at Spectator Hill, the course is a challenge for the amateurs and a show for the crowd.
Okay, coming in third place, we have Cooper Abbott. There's been some shuffling going on since I saw these guys last.
Determined to stay ahead of the pack, Cooper charges hard up these granite slabs.
This is one of those hills that's super tiring. It just takes a lot of energy to get up it. Here comes Ryder LeBlond. Him and Colton must have gotten caught up back there a little ways back.
Hard enduro isn't for the faint of heart. I mean, it's one of the hardest things you can do in the world, honestly. It's pushing your bike. People don't understand how physical riding a dirt bike is.
Holy shit. How's this happen, man? Some horse shit.
Once you're at this level, I don't think there's any time for breaks or any time for mistakes. You really just gotta like keep going hard and keep going strong.
The course is really rocky, so I'd say it's gonna beat the body up quite a bit. You're gonna have to be digging deep to go for the win on this one.
Ryder LeBlond made some mistakes early, faded back, and he's charged right back up to second place. And he's pushing hard right now. This is the gnarliest part of AA Hill. These guys gotta come down this hill and try and stop inside the ribbon. He's still going 6 feet. Oh shit, I better get out of the way. Meanwhile, Trystan Hart's got a massive lead, and he's already through AA Hills and onto the next section where it loops back below. The robot is turning up the heat, and he's not letting off anytime soon. I can see it. We have a good battle here between Curtis and Ryder LeBlond. Keith's trying to snake an inside line and cut across. He made it higher than Ryder did on try 1. Meanwhile, as these riders get bunched up on this hill, more riders start to show up, and the shit show begins.
Cooper also rides a lot of drier type areas like this, decomposed granite, big rocks, and things like that. So we're both very familiar with this type of terrain. I'll probably have some battles with him as well.
With it being line choice, whether to turn around, go back, redo the hill, push up the hill, whatever it may be, it's I think it's something fun about the hard enduros, and it's a learning experience for sure.
Here about halfway through the first lap. He's looking comfortable. After a good struggle at AA Hill, he's regrouped and he's on the move.
Trystan enters the waterfall and cleans the line in true robot fashion. He saves time and energy with his single attempt at each obstacle. Staying moving is critical. Ryder LeBlond, currently in second, needs multiple attempts to climb the waterfall. These mistakes will cost him valuable time. With another setback, he quickly loses ground to Keith Curtis. Keith is comfortable in this terrain and makes short work of the wet and slippery waterfall.
Cooper Abbott working his way through the waterfall section in 4th place on lap 1, looking absolutely dialed. That's a little hang up there, but I bet he'll get it together. The course in Donner here just continues to beat you down over time. There's just more and more rocks that just keep coming at you, and it just wears you down to nothing.
Ryder pushes on, attempting to make up time. Trystan is determined to not let anyone catch him. Even with a giant lead, he rides with something to prove, never easing up.
We got a 3-way battle here at the waterfall. David Garza in 5th, Brandon Petrie in 6th, and Corey Thunder right there in 7th.
You guys have a knife or anything? My brakes don't work.
With ribbons stuck in his wheel, Ryder attempts to cut it free and continues on.
Hey, you.
Top of the waterfall creek, there's a spot, a little pool of water, and underneath it, quicksand. It'll suck you in and never let you go. Colton Haker's coming into the waterfall section here, quite a ways back. He had some issues early on. It looks like he's on the move now, so let's see what he does. Danny Luhu working his way up the waterfall section here, popping up at no problem. He's on the charge after some early mistakes that sent him back. Looking determined as ever. I'm not sure why he's so far back, but looks like something lit his fire and he's ready to go. Here we are at top of the world. We have this weird aggregate style rock sitting on top of loose powder, and you might get traction on the rock, but the problem is the rock just keeps on rolling. Tim Pole putting a pass on Colton Haker on lap 1 here up top of the world. Haker's had some early issues, but he looks like he's on the charge during the second half of the first lap.
Each pass is a mental setback that riders must overcome. But Colton, a seasoned rider, knows when to push.
Gannon Lewis getting to the top of the world here. Spencer Wills getting to the top of the world. Hooting and hollering, that means he's having a good time. Trystan Hart getting through top of the world here on his second lap. He has stretched out a massive lead on the rest of the field, and he just continues to turn up the momentum dial throughout this race. Giving Trystan a follow after top of the world on lap 2. Charging down these downhills. Oh, someone's down! Trystan trying to stretch out the lead on the media guy. He is not having it. Trystan says, if you want a shot of me, you're gonna have to earn it, buddy.
Having amateurs and pros on the track at the same time is going to lead to some aggressive passing.
Hey, on your lap! Hey, hey! On your lap!
Go right there! Thank you! He's currently running second place with Ryder LeBlond, not too far behind him.
It's tough to determine the exact amount you want to be able to push. So you just have to ride smart the whole time and pay attention to your heart rate too.
Trystan comes into the pits with an unbelievably smashed pipe. One mechanical failure could give second place a chance to catch him. He patiently waits 9 minutes, all of his hard work and progress eroding before his eyes. But with everyone's help, he heads back out to recoup lost time. The women's pro athletes continue on the second lap.
It definitely sucks digging deep that last hour. Like there's nothing fun about digging that last hour.
Trystan Hart on his 4th lap coming through. He's continued to turn up the volume throughout the course of this race, and now we're in the latter half, and he looks like he's showing no signs of wavering.
With the Hard Enduro series, we have to make split-second decisions with our line choice, with each obstacle, whether to go for it, whether you turn around, push up it. It's hard decisions to make, and we definitely have to make them pretty quick, and sometimes it doesn't always work, but sometimes it works in your favor.
Making up for the time he lost in lap 1, Colton catches up to 4th place and goes for the pass.
Colton takes the outside line through the mud, Cooper takes the inside line, but Colton forces his way right on through.
In their final lap, Ryder continues to put the pressure on Keith for second, but is still unable to make the pass.
Colton able to pick his way through these lappers efficiently without wasting a lot of energy. Thanks, buddy. He's going to have some trouble here because we got a lot of lappers and a lot of bad lines to choose from. Cole's not afraid to go fast, and he's saying, hey, these open sections are a chance for me to make up some time. Let's go. This is Trystan's 4th lap. He stretched out a massive lead on the rest of the competition. Trystan is working his way on lapping up to 5th place.
Trystan Hart secures his 5th win in a row of the season, seemingly unstoppable. A stunning display of sheer talent for these riders and a total domination of the game.